Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. So let's try to check the candidate profile.service.ts file. Okay, so let's try to check this one. So when I'm trying to check this one, candidate profile.ts file, so we have able to see that request body of any type, right? Let's try to resolve this one. So for this resolving, in our candidate profile, in our interfaces, I will be adding a new file that is nothing but candidate profile .interface.ts, and here I can write export interface candidate profile, and in this one let's try to see what are the things we are adding it. Yeah, here these are all the things I will copy into this one, and what I will try to do is I will make it as a string, and this one also I will make it as a string, and this one also I will make it as a string, and this one also I will make it as a string, and here also I can make it as a string, and this one also I will make it as a string, and here what I would be trying to do is user ID also I will add it, but this one is an optional and this one is a number. That's it. So these are the iCandidate profile, and let's go here, let's try to add it iCandidate profile, and also where we need to add for the updating also we have request body which returns iCandidate profile. Fine. Now let's try to see here gender. It is showing error. Why? Because it is not a string, it is of type gender. We have added the enum, right? Let's try to show you in the schema.prisma the gender gender is of type gender, which is an enum, so we can directly use that enum here, that gender, directly from the Prisma client, and it will work as usual. So now, so one step is finished. Now if you go to our thing, if I try to sign in into our portal, so let's try to sign in. So if I sign in into our portal, sign in successful. If I try to get the details of the user, so I'm able to get the user ID of 2. Now let's say that what are the candidate profiles we are having. So we are having ID of 3, which is having user ID of 3 and user ID of 2. So that means user ID of 2 candidate profile details I can have a permission to access, whereas user ID of 3 I don't have a permission to access. But if I try to access single candidate which is having user ID of 4, so but the logged in user is user ID 3, but I am able to access the candidate profile who is in user ID of 2. So I should not able to access this one. So only the user who have their own candidate profile, those only she should be able to access. So remaining profiles we need to tell that you don't have a permission. So how can we write this scenario? So let's try to create a middleware for this one. So here in our globals, let's go into our globals. Here features I have closed it. In the globals we have a middleware, right? So here I will write a new one, that is nothing but checkPermission dot middleware.ts file. So this is our middleware, and here I will be writing export function checkPermission, and here we will be having request of type request which should be imported from this one, response of type response, and this one also from express, next of type next function, and this one is also should be imported from the, so it is not coming, let's wait for some time. So here I can write that next function. Fine. So now in this one, let's say I want to get the user ID. Okay, user ID, where I can get it? Request dot current user dot id, and if I want to get the ID is equal to, so that one we can get it from request dot params dot id. So we got the ID also. I want to get the role also. So what is the role is having? So that means the role means the candidate profile who is having the user ID same means he can able to access, and also the admin and recruiter also can able to access the details. So that's why I am trying to take request dot current user dot role. Now what I would be trying to do is I will keep this one in the try catch. Okay, and I will transfer this one to the next of error, and here First I will try to get the candidate profile. So candidate profile is equal to await candidate profile service dot get candidate by ID of what is the title? ID. So I need to pass the ID so that I can get the details. So here I will be using the async. So now we got the ID. Okay, so we got the ID. So what we need to do here? Okay, so we got the ID, or otherwise we can use the Prisma like that also. You can use it, not a problem. So Prisma dot user dot like this also you can use it. So whichever you want to use, you can use it. So now that's why I kept in the try catch. So when you are getting an error, it will go to the catch. So why? Because here it will throw an error, right? That's why I kept it in the catch. So candidate profile, we got it. So now what I want to do it is, so here what I can do it is, if candidate profile dot if role is equal to admin or role is equal to recruiter. So we have these two types. So you can able to access. Other than that, user ID is equal to candidate profile dot user ID. If this one also matches, means then we can allow him. So next we can allow him, or otherwise, so this one we can return here. Up to here it's completed. Okay, or otherwise, so we need to so we need to throw new forbidden exception. You don't have permission to access. So just we can throw an error. That's it. So now we need to use this middleware. So where we can use this middleware? Let's go to the route.ts file. So that is nothing but candidate profile.route.ts file. So let's go to the top. So get single. So this is all profiles getting. So we don't need that one. So single one if you want to get it, means, so here we are requiring this request.current user. So the request.current user will come from verify user. After the verify user only we need to write the check permission. Okay, so like this, after this one only we need to use it. And post, so when you are trying to post it, means, okay fine, so he can post it, not a problem. Patch means whenever you want to update, so we need to check whether he has a permission to update it or not. And the another one is whenever you want to delete, yeah, we need to check the permission whether he is deleting his own thing or not. So fine, this one is done. So let's try to check the output for this. So it is running, let it run. And here let's go here. So I am already logged in with an user ID. Let's try to check it. I am clicking on this one. So sign in successful, and let's try to check the details. So I am having an user ID of 2, remember, and let's try to get the get all. So I haven't applied anything, so I am able to get the 2 candidate profile details. So user ID is 3, which I have logged in, and user ID 2, which we have another user. So now I want to get the single profile details of 3. So now it is telling that you don't have a permission to access. But if I want to access the ID of 4, means then I can able to get the details. Why? Because I belongs to user ID of 2. Okay, user ID of 2. User ID of 2 only. I am. Yeah, user ID of 2. So that's why I am able to get the access that user ID of 2. Now if I want to delete this one, so if I try to click here, it is telling that you don't have permission to access. And update, if I am trying to update this one, you don't have permission to access, it is saying. So right now, so successfully we have implemented how to allow only the candidate profile, that logged in user only can able to access this one. We have implemented this middleware for this one. So I'll be commenting this code in the GitHub repository. So the GitHub repository I'll be providing in the description below. So for more details, you can check that code. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.